High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions. Energetic Media Solutions.
As warm and sunny and pretty as it was yesterday, we've got the exact opposite out here in Weatherford, Texas. Chilly, 40s, breezy, and a cloudy overcast day for day 2 of this Weatherford tournament. The pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is coming up right after this here on the Zap Network. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
The pregame show is presented by those people at Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services that you heard. Family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 5 decades. So you shouldn't let insurance be a headache when Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com to find out more. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the home of the Kangaroos out in Weatherford, Texas, a future District 3-6A opponent of your Arlington Colts. They split their tournament action yesterday with a 1-1 record. Arlington came within 2 runs of the defending 5A state champion Aledo and just ran out of time before they fell in game number 2 to Argyle. But it's a new day, it's a new jersey, and a new voice on the broadcast joining me as he plays hooky from his day job, just like I did. It's a little bit of spring fever is what you said.
That's what it is.
What you called in sick for
I called
today,
in
Pops.
sick today, and my sickness is spring fever. It's baseball time in Texas, and we're excited to be here. As Zach always says, any day on the ballpark is better than any day in the office. And I got to agree with that. I love my job, if anybody from Sam Houston's listening, but boy, this is a fun venue and a fun time of season. Fun time of year to be out here with the Arlington Colts, bringing you some preseason, pre-district baseball.
But as I mentioned, this is going to become a district game starting next year, and so we get a feel for the accommodations. We get a feel for our opponent under the direction of Coach Jason Lee. We get a feel for what type of atmosphere they cultivate here at Weatherford High. Very secure premises. Only one way in, one way out. They make sure they know who's coming and going and make sure that your student and student athlete stays safe here at this campus, which we really appreciated. And we have some really fine accommodations with a great view from behind home plate. Power, we're all set up. We're just not warm enough. I wasn't expecting 40-degree temps for today's ball game.
Yeah, we had a little cold front blow in last night, so the wind is blowing straight in from center field today at a brisk 10 to 20 miles an hour, and it's right in our faces here behind home plate. Kangaroo Stadium is an all-turf field here in Weatherford, Texas, and the dimensions down the left and right field lines are 310 each way. And dead center where the flagpole is, and those flags are just standing straight out today in the wind coming straight at us, 378 to dead center field here. I think I mentioned it's an all-turf field, so we've got green turf all around the virtual brown-colored turf. We don't have any real dirt here today. So it's turf everywhere here, so that'll be really nice if there's any inclement weather. We are not expecting wet kind of weather today, just windy and chilly.
And that's something that we have made our way through before with tournaments out in Austin. There have been games that have been very, very chilly like this. And I ran out to my car and grabbed an extra layer of socks. And, you know, I bought a bunch of those single-use hand warmers, but I don't remember if I packed any of them in the doctor bag today. The little tote that we carry around with us full of supplies seems to be absent. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I found a couple. Look at that.
There you go.
So in case of emergency, we've got hand warmers. Doesn't cure the sniffles, though, unfortunately.
Right. Introducing the Colts as they're going to be occupying the first base dugout tonight. You can see them on the stream coming out to give a fist bump to the home plate umpires tonight and the field umpire. The Kangaroos are in the third base side. Everybody's dressed in white. The Kangaroos in a white top and bottom with a blue piping. And the Colts coming out in their white on white with the green pinstripe today. Zach and I both are sporting the new Colt ball cap for this year. It's an all green cap with the script A on the front. Really sharp look. We're excited for Coach Womack being able to share with us. What was the action like yesterday, Zach, in the tournament? We played another one of our future district opponents yesterday.
We did. We played the defending 5A state champion Aledo Bearcats. And at one point, Arlington looked down and out with the score being 12-2 and being at risk of being run ruled. And then they made a furious rally. 4 runs in the 5th and another 5 in the 6th. And then because of tournament rules having 2-hour limits, we could not play the 7th. And the old Aggie adage of just running out of time took effect as Arlington fell in that one by a final of 13-11. So we got a really good look at that future district opponent, and it was very competitive. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this future district matchup could fare as well. Arlington does come in with an 0-2 record, but in these tournament games, they don't count towards your playoff standing. They don't count towards much of anything asides, maybe local standings and reputation and that sort of thing. But that's not something that Coach Womack and his staff have ever really worried about that much. They worry about the fundamentals. They worry about execution. They worry about team chemistry and cohesiveness. They worry about executing your pitches. And those are the things that they're looking at working on the most here in these tournaments. And it just happens to be a benefit that you also get to scout your district opponents by playing in these tournaments as well.
Yeah, you got to see the facilities at Aledo High School yesterday. We called some Drew Medford tournament games out there last year. They've got a really nice athletic complex there with their baseball and softball backing up to each other.
They do.
And the football stadium right across center field out there. Nice complex there in Aledo. We're looking forward to adding these new district opponents in Aledo, Weatherford, and Granbury coming into the district. So it's going to be an exciting season as the Kangaroos are all out on the field in their positions. And we'll step aside here in just a second as it appears like they're going to be honoring our nation with the playing of the national anthem here at Kangaroo Field. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Go ahead and copy that link and send it to your group chat. Put it on social media. Let the folks who couldn't make it out to Weatherford know that it is baseball time in Weatherford, Texas.
Yeah, Zach, I tuned in from the office yesterday and wasn't able to take the day off and was able to enjoy Colt baseball from my office at Sam Houston High School and was able to jump into the chat. So go ahead and sign up for an account with Facebook for Zach Arnold Productions and join the chat. Let us know where you're listening from today.
If you're tuning in from home, I won't snitch on you. I don't think Pops will either. Let's take a look at the defensive rotation for the Weatherford Kangaroos. Over at first base is Kennedy. Wilson is at second base. Couch is at third. Ortega is at shortstop. In left field, it's Curbo. In center field, it's Shea. And in right field, it's Young. The battery for the Kangaroos behind the plate, Jet Vindiola. And taking the mound for game 1 of day 2 is Bryce Ward. The starting lineup for your Arlington Colts, leading off and playing center field, senior number 2 in Clarendon College commit Gannon Howard. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 4, the Grayson College commit Danny Bustamante. Batting third and playing left field, number 17, Payne Cornell. Batting cleanup and playing first base, number 26, Noah Cifuentes. Batting fifth and catching, number 5, Axel Alvarado. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 20, Abe Alvarado. Joe Gomez gets the start in right field for this game 1 of day 2. He'll bat seventh and be followed by Colin Murphy. It's second base. And then rounding out the order, the designated hitter for our starting pitcher today, number 24, Corbin Quiros. Quiros rounds out the order for Arlington, DHing for the starting pitcher, number 22, Brendan Bushell.
Fans, the pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services.
We thank them for their sponsorship.
Glad to have them along as always.
The first pitch is presented by our friends at Modern West Windows and Doors. It's inside for ball 1, and we're underway. As we open up this game, open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows and Doors. That one's in play, and a base hit between the gap at third and short. Gannon Howard leads things off with a single to left.
That's a good way to get things started. Second pitch of the ball game. Took a look at a pitch high. That one was right down in his wheelhouse, and a good solid hit between third and short. Good way to lead this one off.
Leadoff man gets aboard for Danny Bustamante.
Some great memories made by that young man last season. I was honored to be on the call for his perfect game last season at Haltom.
That's part of our highlight reel during the intro package, as Kennedy now covers the first base bag. Bustamante squares up for the bunt, and it'll go foul up the baseline for strike 1.
Good idea with Danny with the wheels that he's got. He's got some good speed.
Well, and he sent it in the direction of the covering first baseman, who wouldn't be able to adapt properly, so he sent it the correct direction as well.
Like we said in pregame show, this preseason action is all about getting your timing down at the plate, getting your pitches across the plate. So lots of new things we'll be seeing, probably the entire work notebook from Coach Womack.
This one's lofted to center field, and the catch is going to be made on the scoop, but they're not going to get the double play. Shea with the scoop off of the ground for the F8. And there's one away. That was kind of a tapper off the end of the bat, and the center fielder able to close the gap properly for out number 1. That'll take us to the left fielder, Payne Cornell. Gannon Howard's on his way, and it's a perfect opportunity to get there. And now he's going to try and think about third, and he'll stop. That's a clean steal. Vindiola loses it off of the shoulder carom, but there's no error on that play and no really wild pitch either, because he was running before the pitch got away. So it's just a clean steal, and the leadoff man in scoring position now on ball 1. just below the knees for ball 2. Did not miss that by much from our vantage point. Jot Holly tuning in the chat saying, quite a chilly day today, fellas. Try to keep warm. We're doing our best, man. Maybe some warm Colt batting can help get us fired up.
Yeah, the team can get heated up here. Noah Cifuentes on deck. 3-0 count now. We would expect the batter, Cornell, to be taking all the way. Make Bryce Ward come into the zone.
And he does just that as he takes a look at strike number 1. 3-1 the count as we watch the morning traffic go by us on I-20, just on the outside of the outfield there. Definitely need a batter's eye here with that elevated fencing so you don't get distracted by the 18-wheelers driving by. The 3-1 on its way. And that one is going to be a called strike 2. The curveball drops into the upper quadrant to bring the count full.
Looked like it dropped in a little bit high from our vantage point, but you got to adjust to where the umpire set his zone for the day and swing accordingly.
Countdown on the scoreboard, 3, 2, 1, payoff pitch, chopper foul.
Right into the rude dugout, played by the coach there, keeping it away from the boys.
Speaking of coaches, the assistant coaches for the Arlington Colts, David Barrientos, first base coach, Coach Womack occupying third base, Christian Alvarez and Travis Miller, the other assistant coaches for this Colt baseball team. Payoff pitch again. Too far inside, and Cornell draws the base on balls.
Checking out the Zap score bug. We're introducing a new score bug this year in the lower left corner of your screen. You'll notice the lights are lit up for first and second base now with only 1 out. And big Noah Cifuentes stepping in.
He's in the cleanup spot for a reason. Got a big swing, but he's got a big task ahead of him with the wind coming into our face and blowing to right field. Double steal, hit and run. Cifuentes to the left center field gap, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Here comes Gannon Howard. They're going to hold up the runner at third, and it's an RBI double for Noah Cifuentes.
That'll plate the first run for your Arlington Colts here this morning.
Sends it to the gap and puts the Colts in front. They strike first. And that's the first RBI for Cifuentes in this early season. But you know it won't be the last. Axel Alvarado going into the left-handed batter's box with 2 men in scoring position and just 1 out. And he'll take a look at ball 1 away from Bryce Ward. Fans, if you subscribe to the channel and wait a brief 10 minutes, you can join the chat just like Jot Holly did and tell us where you're tuning in from. Help keep us company on this Friday morning as Axel takes a look at ball 2. That one catches the inside corner. I'm with Axel. I thought that might have been a little too far inside, but
A little bit low, a little bit in, but
in enough for a 2-1 count. This is a deep enough backstop that if there is another wild pitch type Karen that goes off of Indiola, Bustamante could score easily as strike 2 is issued, looking Alvarado laying off of that off speed that drops into the opposite side of the plate.
yeah, so far the curveball seems to be working for the umpire and Bryce Ward on the mound, getting some called strikes off that off-speed curve.
The 2-2 delivery. That one he cannot frame as well, and the count runs full. Good patience at the plate. Arlington had a lot of patience at the plate yesterday against Toledo, plating 4 runs in the 5th inning without the ball ever leaving the infield. Payoff pitch. And they're going to call a strike 3 looking. Bryce Ward paints the inside corner with the heater brush, and there's 2 away. So now it's up to AB to try to bring in those runners from scoring position. Off speed, drops in. Strike one called. And he's going to chop that one foul, and he'll have to defend the plate now. Timing was just a little bit off, but that was a good pitch to swing at. 0-2 now to AB. Locking down the hot corner when he's not on the pitcher's mound. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Bryce Ward gets 2 strikeouts of the Alvarado cousins to end the threat, but not before Cifuentes breaks open the scoring with an RBI double to the left center gap. And it's Arlington 1, the Kangaroos coming up to the plate when we come back with the bottom of the first inning here on Zap.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Welcome to the bottom of the first inning. Noah Cifuentes got the scoring started, and he'll be helping anchor down first base defensively for Arlington. Over at second base, it's Colin Murphy. At third base, A.B. Alvarado. Danny Bustamante is at short. Cornell is in left. Howard is in center, and in right field, it's Joel Gomez. The battery for Arlington defensively, Axel Alvarado is behind the plate and getting the nod for Game 3 of the season. It's Brendan Buechele. Pops, you heard from Buechele Sr. that Dylan is actually playing at Weatherford College and is going to be pitching for the Coyotes just on the other side of town. So a lot of Buechele pitching action in the westernmost portion of DFW today.
Yeah, Mr. Buechele stopped by and said they've got 4 baseball games today. So
good.
The Coyotes are playing 2 up there. Dylan's on the bump for one of those 2 games, and then they've got Brendan here on the bump to start this one. So a big baseball day for the Buechels, as well as the Arnolds here behind the mic here at Kangaroo Field.
The shortstop, Fabian Ortega, leads things off for the Kangaroos. They come in with a 1-1 record after defeating Dallas Jesuit in Game 1, 7-5, and then fell 4-1 against Chisholm Trail in Game number 2. And it's the Chisholm Trail Rangers who will be our next opponent here on the Zap Network, as the first pitch to Ortega is high for ball 1. Logan Shea, the center fielder, is going to bat second. He'll be followed by the catcher, Jet Vindiola, as ball number 2 is issued here. Cleanup hitter is Cutter Kennedy, the first baseman. Batting fifth, the DH, Nick Soto. Brooks Kerbo gets the start in left field, batting 6th for the Roos, as this one is right into the glove of Danny Bustamante. And that was a line shot, Pops. I'm inclined to give that one an L6 by Ortega.
That's what I was thinking. Good. Danny was placed perfectly there to just take 2 steps to his left towards second base and snag that ball for the first out of the inning.
My Girl as the walk-up song for Logan Shea. These are young men of taste. As Luke Couch, the third baseman, will bat 7th. Fisher Young, the right fielder, bats 8th. And rounding out the order is the second baseman, Gunnar Wilson. The DH, Soto, is going to bat for the starting pitcher today, Bryce Ward. Ball number 1 issued to Logan Shea. And that one will drop in for a called strike one to even it up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 off speed. They're getting that same call on that right-hand side of the plate.
This umpire likes that slow looping curveball.
And it's dropping into that right-hand side of the plate very effectively so far. The 1-2 from Baby Boo. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. It's a strikeout to start the bottom of the first for Baby Boo. Two up, two down for Vindiola as he looks at ball one low and inside from that left-handed side of the batter's box.
Bouchel looking to go 1-2-3 here for the Roos to start off the game. Swinging strike. Okay. Bouchel winds in the 1-1 pitch here. Swung on and laced off to the left side foul towards the softball complex, which is right behind us here. Bouchel up 1 ball, 2 strikes here on the catcher, Jet Vindola. I like that baseball name, Jet. 1-2 delivery. Swung on and hit towards towards Bustamante, who drifts about 5 steps to his right towards third base and snags that one for the third out of the inning. 1-2-3, go the Roos. And we'll take a little break here. This is Colt Baseball on Zach Arnold Productions, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
To the top of the second inning we go here on the Zap Network. Zach and my pops Doug excited to be bringing you this tournament action, even if it's a little bit chilly and a little bit sniffly out. We're excited to be here with you, bringing you this Weatherford tournament action. The second inning is presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you have cast iron replacement specialist needs at 817-807-7069. Pipe and Peak, our second inning sponsor, serving Arlington for over 16 years. Pops, it's really cool to see the community get engaged with the product that we're bringing to folks. Caleb Renfro is a new partner. Field Ops is a new partner. Trinity Logistics joined on with us last fall. Modern West joined on with us last fall during football season. It's really cool to see people saying that they're invested in what we do and the product that we serve for the Arlington community. So thank you to all of our sponsors, for whether you're a day oneer like John Wade or if you're a newcomer like Pipe and Peak. We appreciate having you along.
Sun is out here at Kangaroo Field, but we're in the shade. They've got some great shading over the stands here at the baseball park. So we're still in the shade, but it's turning into a nicer day here in Weatherford, Texas. As Gamez steps into the left-handed batting box.
The Gamez, Murphy, and Corbin Quiros. And strike one is issued to him looking.
Yeah.
Ball number one, low and away to Gamez for a 1-1 count. He'll foul straight back that one there for a 1-2 count as Murphy comes out to retrieve that loose ball. And he gets hit by that pitch too far to the left-hand side, and he's aboard with a free pass.
Taking one for the team as Colin Murphy steps in to take his first turn at bat this morning. It's not quite afternoon, is it?
We're getting there. It's 11:22 local time as that bunt attempt goes foul. Oh, and 1 the count to Murph as the third baseman Couch creeps up the baseline. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Squared around for the bunt again on that one.
And this is, again, those fundamentals that Coach Womack preaches and wants to practice. You've got to make sure that you've got your timing and your pacing down for bunt attempts for when it is critical during the district season to have runners in scoring position in low-scoring games.
He's doing it.
He'll pull back and just foul that one into the metaphorical dirt here. It's the turf, as you mentioned. Quiros comes and retrieves it. Kind of a swirling wind here in Weatherford. It was moving inward into right field, and now the flags are kind of blowing to the left-hand side now. As this 0-2 catches the outside corner. Murphy disagrees with it, but it's been kind of a wide zone today. And that is strikeout number 3 for Bryce Ward.
That brings up the DH number 24, Corbin Quiros.
So 1 away for Quiros as Gamez still over at first base, being covered there by Kennedy. Ward pitching out of the stretch, the righty with his back to him, and this could be trouble. 4, and they'll take the for sure out as Quiros is retired on the 4-3. Gamez able to prevent the potential double play, but he does move into scoring position with 2 outs for the top of the order. Gannon Howard scored the game's only run after getting a single to left field and getting a stolen base. He then came around to score on the double by Cifuentes. Check swing, he did not go, and Gamez got a little too far away from second base. Wilson with the cover to try to keep 14 honest, but he's trying to measure as many steps as he feels is safe to lead off of second in the event of a wild pitch. Curveball drops in, called strike 1. It's the off speed that's been working for these 2 pitchers so far today, Pops.
Yeah, that's what's finding the zone so far.
The ball and a strike with 2 outs here. To the top of the order, Gannon Howard. Check swing. Umpire says no appeal. And it'll be 2-1 as Gannon did not go far enough around to justify a check. Whew, right in our faces. That wind is blustery as ball 3 is issued too low, but a good dig there by Vindiola.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there's a deep enough area behind home plate here that it would have been easy for the runner Gamez to get to third base had a ball gotten past Vindiola. Not like Colt Field. There's only about 10 feet behind home plate.
Hitters count to Howard. And he puts it right past the second baseman. And they're going to hold up Gomez at the last possible second. Wilson with the dive, Young with the retrieval out of right field, and it'll just be a base hit to right as Gomez rounded third widely and thought about it, but the relay was in time enough to just put runners on the corners.
I thought Womack was going to wave him on around. He had the windmill going at first, and then at the last second he threw up the stop sign.
Very last second, yep.
Ball didn't get deep enough out into right field, and it was a hard shot out there that got quickly to the right fielder, Fisher Young.
That'll put Bustamante aboard. Hit and run as he tries to send it to right center field. Both outfielders going for it, and Young will make the grab for the F9. So Bustamante making solid contact, but flying out to center and right in those two at-bats. And that'll end the Arlington threat. They still lead it, though, 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here on Zap.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to a blustery Weatherford, Texas. It may be Friday, but it also feels like Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes,
remember
that's right.
The old Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. They had a whole segment dedicated to Wednesday, and it definitely feels like a rather blustery day today here.
Yeah, my fingers are cold enough I keep dropping my pen because the digits just aren't working like they're supposed to today.
It was a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of lineouts to the shortstop in the previous inning for the Kangaroos. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 spots in the lineup. First baseman Cutter Kennedy, DH Nick Soto, and left fielder Brooks Kerbo. That'll be guaranteed at-bats for Weatherford here in this half frame. Brendan Buechel back out to work, wearing the double twos and firing in strike number 1. In play, and this one's going to go past Bustamante for a base hit to shallow center. Busta's been locking down that shortstop side, but that one sharply hit and dribbles past him. Howard able to retrieve it, and that'll bring up the DH, Nick Soto. First base hit of the game for the Kangaroos. First base runner. Buechel out of the stretch for the first time, and that one's going to get away from Axel, and the runner will make it to second on the pass ball. Cutter Kennedy now in scoring position. And does that change the approach of the designated hitter, Pops? He's the DH for a reason, but does he try the small ball in order to move the runner another 90 feet? Cifuentes seems to think so as he's playing on the lip of the infield grass. Chopper to third. AB plays it on the hop, and they'll throw it to first in time as Bustamante covers third in order to keep the runner where he is. That's good defensive alignment on the 5-3 putout. Bustamante covering his left side of the infield teammate in order to make sure that Kennedy stays where he is, and out number 1 is recorded.
Yeah, good fielding by AB on that chopper down to third. A good look at the runner at second, and then the strong throw to Cifuentes for the out. Good play.
Curveball called, strike one to the left fielder, Brooks Curbo.
You were talking about fundamentals, and that's something that Coach Womack and Barrientos are going to be looking for here.
It's a very good example of those fundamentals being used well. The 0-1 to Curbo. Tails away, but retrieved by Axel for ball one. One ball, one strike, one out here. Aces wild on the scoreboard. Buechele, glance of the runner. And time was issued at the plate. No pitch.
Gannon Howard out in center field. I can spot him anywhere out there with those bright,
those bright
hunter orange shoes he's got on out there in mid center field.
Hunting down any fly balls that comes his direction. Another 1-1, and that curveball drops in. They're getting that call. The batters will have to adjust to that right-hand side of the plate.
He is calling it for both sides.
It's very consistent, yes. 1-2 the count. Buechele comes home. And it gets fouled off. Curbo not able to time it right. Comes to the netting about 7 or 8 feet in front of us.
Catcher Jet Bendola comes over to retrieve that stray foul ball. I'm sorry, that wasn't Jet. That was Young. Fisher Young.
Fisher Young, number 9.
Getting a few extra steps in.
The 1-2. Up in the air. Is it our direction? I don't see it. It's out of play wherever it is, but I got to make sure that camera stays safe.
The camera and the computer keyboard here. We're going al fresco today with no tint or any other covering.
So we are the insurance for these pieces of equipment. 1-2 again. And that's too low. That was a good look. The slider, seeing if he'll chase at it. But he did not, and the count moves to 2-2.
Kind of giving the umpire an extra half second there. He kind of flinches and looks like he might be calling a strike, but he eases off and leaves it as a ball.
A 2-2 pitch. And it's a good battle here between Curbo and Buechele. We'll see who wins. Another retrieval there by Young. And we'll keep it here at 2-2 with a man on base, number 2. The pitch from number 22 on its way. That one's playable, shallow right field. Cifuentes giving chase in foul territory. He'll make the grab for the FO3, and the runner stays at second base.
Buechele wins that battle, getting Curbo to pop it up to the right side. Just inside the range for Noah Cifuentes to drift over under it and haul it in and hold the runner, Kennedy, at second.
He immediately turned and looked to see if Kennedy was going to do anything, and he did not. No tag-up attempt there. It was too shallow in the infield part of the foul territory. And that'll be 2 away with the tying run in scoring position for the third baseman, Luke Couch. This one is a soft looper to shallow left field, and Bustamante able to make the grab and end the threat. The blooper to 6 leaves Kennedy stranded, and Arlington leads by 1 after 2. We're headed to inning number 3 here at Weatherford High. This is high school baseball on the ZAP Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops, North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
Arlington leads by 1 as we head to the top of the third inning. That third inning is presented by Field Ops. They do more than just field markings, they also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Kling can do for you by calling 817-908-2194. 3-4-5 in the Arlington lineup as Cornell getting ready to face Bryce Ward for the second time today. He'll be followed by the cleanup hitter Noah Cifuentes, who got that big RBI double. And then the catcher, Axel Alvarado, in the hole for Arlington here in the third. Ward has collected 3 strikeouts of Arlington thus far, after going 1 apiece through their lineup. First pitch here, a fastball high and tight for ball 1. This one's in play, chopper to third, couple of steps, and a throw that is in time for out number 1. Couch to Kennedy for the 5-3. So nobody aboard this time for Cifuentes, but that does not mean that his bat is any less of a threat. Had a couple of big swings that just didn't quite go his way in yesterday's tournament action, as that curveball continues to drop in and continues to get called. Strike 1 looking. Ward and Buechele both showing off their off speed, as that one dips too low for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch. That one's going to get lofted. Left center field, dropping in for a base hit. Cifuentes with a double and a single in 2 at-bats. He's 2 for 2 today.
That brings up the catcher, number 5, Axel Alvarado.
That's just good, solid contact by 26, and putting it where the defense is not. Yesterday, he was unfortunately hitting it to the left fielder. He was hitting it to the third baseman. Now he's able to time it to where he can position it a little bit differently. Number 15, Cody Cleveland, is going to come in as a pinch runner for the first baseman. Cleveland will run for Cifuentes to put a little speed on the base paths, and then Cifuentes will re-enter most likely. So Kennedy covering Cleveland for Axel Alvarado. And Axel takes a look at ball 1 here. Got caught looking on one of those off-speed pitches during his last plate appearance, victim of the backwards K. He's hacking away here as he sends that one into foul territory. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 man aboard. Cleveland, the pinch runner. And that outside right-hand side of the plate gets called, this time on a little faster pitch than that looping curveball. But it's effective nonetheless to bring the count to 1-2. Curveball too high this time, breaking pitch that never breaks. It's 2-2. Quick glance over the shoulder at Cleveland. And he's going, and now it's going to be caught in a rundown. No, they're going to call a balk. They're going to issue.
The umpire thought the pitcher was coming home on that play, and he interrupted his motion to wheel to second, and the umpire called a balk. Coach Lee coming out to question it, wants him to appeal to the field umpire, and that's not going to happen. So there's no pitch on the play. The count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the runner just moves down to second.
It's good execution by Arlington, seeing when Bryce Ward comes set and being able to anticipate his delivery. And it interrupts his groove, it interrupts his motion. To quote a favorite Disney movie of mine, "You threw off my groove."
So a runner at second now with 1 out in the inning, as Cleveland takes second on the balk.
The 2-2. Fouled off by Axel. His cousin Abraham, AB as he's lovingly called, will come grab that one. Probably deliver it to the umpire when he takes his at-bat. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Axel probably should have laid off of that one. Looked too big and juicy and dropped away for out number 2 and strikeout number 4 for Bryce Ward. Cleveland's fast enough that a base hit could bring him home. We'll have to see about placement as the shortstop Ortega is trying to keep Cleveland honest, and there's a big gap between short and third. Ball 1 too low here.
That curveball broke a little too early.
And it was breaking to the opposite side. Didn't try to get that inside corner like he's been doing. That one is exactly what I was talking about. Inside corner, starts on the right, loops its way back in, but stays right. It's been called all day. The 1-1. Oh, man, that was the right pitch and the right timing. That was so ready to be a double down the left field line. Just barely missing the mark there.
Got just a tiny bit in front of that one.
That was the right pitch to anticipate and the right type of cut to take. Let's see if he throws that pitch again. 1-2 now. This one's lofted to left field. Giving chase is Curbo. And he will make the over-the-shoulder grab for the F7 and out number 3. So Arlington gets a man in scoring position again, but cannot bring him home. And they still cling to a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd here at Weatherford High. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab bleaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Welcome back to action here at the home of the Kangaroos, a future District 3-6A opponent. They fell to Chisholm Trail in yesterday's action, as that is going to be Arlington's next opponent here on the Zap Network. It's a doubleheader for the Colts. They'll play Weatherford here at 11, and then at approximately 1:30, 1:45. They will turn right around and play the Chisholm Trail Rangers. Both of those games will be live here on the Zap Network. Pops and I bringing you the action. Fisher Young will finally get his first cuts. It'll be 8-9-1 in the lineup for the Roos. Fisher Young, Gunnar Wilson, and then back to the top with Fabian Ortega. First pitch is low for ball number 1 from Buechele. The righty with a very quick delivery, and that one's going to get chopped foul as Coach Lee able to track it down with his foot along that third base slide. I said slide. I meant to say base line or base slide, and then I said neither. The 1-1 up in the air. Shallow right field. 3 or 4 Colts converging on it. Who will make the grab? It's the center fielder, Gannon Howard, for out number 1.
Good communication out there. As you said, there were 3 players converging on that, and it would have been easy for it to drop right in the middle of all 3 of them, but Howard took over and
easy to drop between them. Even easier for Howard and Gomez to possibly bump into one another as they both converge on it. But once somebody has a beat on it, just let him finish the play. Slider is too low there for Gunnar Wilson, and he'll take a look at ball 1 just below the knees. Same pitch, same placement, same result, 2-0.
Umpires doing their tuning up in the beginning of the season here too, and this gentleman seems to be on point.
This one's lofted to left field off the end of the bat, and this time the left fielder Cornell is able to call off Howard and record the F7. 2 up, 2 down for the Colt defense. And a lot of it has been pitching to contact, a line out to short, a line out to short, a 5-3, a foul out, F6, F8, F7. Buechele only has 1 strikeout all the way through the lineup, but he also has just 1 base runner allowed, and his defense is backing him up. Ortega sharply hit down that third base line. That is what AB was trying to do in his at-bat. And the announcer's jinx will give 2 bases to Fabian Ortega on the double down the left field line. I was literally just talking about pitching to contact, defense backing him up, and then a sharply hit double down the left field line for the top of the order.
Yeah, that one went all the way into that coffin corner in left field, and Payne Cornell had some difficulty digging it out of that corner once he got down there, but did a good job of hustling and getting it back into the infield with a runner at second base now with 2 outs. We'll see if Buechele can bounce back and keep the goose egg on the board for the Roos.
Buechele comes home. Off speed underneath the swing of Shea for strike 1. I mentioned that Buechele only had 1 strikeout going through the lineup. It was this center fielder, Shea, that was the strikeout victim. And I've learned my lesson. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
Glance of second, pitch home. Catches the corner for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 22 Buechele. Brings it home. This one is a slow roller. Charging at it is Bustamante. Double pump in the glove. The throw to Cifuentes is in time. And the 6-3 putout strands the runner at second base. And Arlington leads by 1 after 3 here at Weatherford High. We'll be back with more tournament action on the Zap Network when we come back.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself. or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
To the fourth inning we go. Arlington clinging to that first run that Cifuentes scored back in the first inning. But here in the fourth, it's presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information. Back out for another inning of work is Bryce Ward. He's got 4 strikeouts in his appearance, but that one run by Cifuentes is proving the difference so far. 4 hits for the Colts to 2 for the Kangaroos. And
leading off for the Colts this inning, Joel Gamez, the right fielder. Colin Murphy on deck. Corbin Quiros in the hole. 1, 2, 3, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Colt lineup.
Gamez will foul this one over the press box and into the concourse that goes in between baseball and softball. They join each other and share a restroom, share a concession stand. Ball 1 here to Gamez. And that one's too low as he overcompensates a little bit from too high, now too low. Strike looking here brings the count even at 2-2.
Found that outside corner on that fastball. Gamez steps back in with a 2-2 count.
And he'll take a look at ball 3 here. Good patience at the plate. To bring the count full. Hoping to find his way aboard. Got aboard the hard way on a hit by pitch his last appearance. He'll rope this one into center field. But the wind is able to pick it up and carry it into the hands of the center fielder, Shea, for a harmless F8. It sounded good off the bat.
I was going to say it sounded better than it looked.
But then the wind kind of caught it and played its tricks on it a little bit. So 1 away for Colin Murphy. Swing and a miss there for a strike.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76.
Strike 2 is what's called here as we continue to do our fine-tuning and our navigating and our practicing during these tournament games. That's a ball issued away to Murphy. Scoreboard shows 2-2 the count. It's Pops' first game, and yesterday was my first game, so we're still getting back into the groove of baseball as Murphy swings and misses at that one for out number 2.
Well, the sun has finally come out here at Weatherford Kangaroo Park, and it casts a glare, and I lost my mouse. And while I was trying to find it, I clicked the commercial. So there we go.
You all didn't miss much. It was just a strikeout. First pitch to Quiros is a called strike one. Little bit outside for a 1-1 count. See, if I was a player, that is probably something I would have swung at, but I've got a very aggressive batting style. For once, the curveball doesn't get called on that right-hand part of the plate. 2-1, the count now. And that's a called strike. The slider finds the knee-high portion of the zone. Bryce Ward looking for his 6th K of the day if he can get this last strike against Quiros. He won't get the strikeout, but he may get out number 3 as Ortega fields it cleanly and gets it on that short hop over to Kennedy in time for the 6-3 putout. And the side is retired in order. Arlington still leads, but it's just by 1 here at Weatherford High. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, but first, it's the 4th inning stretch. As we see how these final 4 innings unfold, Modern West invites you to see the difference new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the sponsors of Zap's 4th inning stretch. We'll be back right after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Bottom of the 4th, getting ready to get underway here at Weatherford High, and the sun is shining a little bit through the cloudy and overcast start to the day that we had. Alongside my pops, Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this tournament action. We are grateful to have you along for the ride. We've got fans in the chat asking about when the Bowie baseball season is about to get underway. We are hoping to do a couple of Bowie games next week if the staffing and scheduling permits, but we will for sure be covering the Volunteers during their 3rd tournament week in a couple of weeks' time and have every district home and away game for the Volunteers just as we did a season ago. Bouchel's first pitch here is low and away for ball 1 to the catcher, Jet Vindiola. We're excited to be partnering with the Volunteers again. But they're playing in like a Garland, Little Elm type of tournament to start the season. And it was just logistically not very feasible to be in 2 places at once when Little Elm is on one end of the DFW Metroplex and Weatherford is on another. So sometimes we have to make tough calls. But we do plan on covering every Bowie home and away game as this 3-0 count has been worked to Vindiola. And he'll take a strike 1 looking the whole way. The more we continue to grow and the more personnel that we have, the more availability we'll be able to have for fuller tournament coverage. But this is going to be too far outside, and the catcher Vindiola draws a base on balls.
Yeah, Bouchel has been cruising through these first 3 innings. Only 1 runner allowed on base the whole time. Well, there was a runner last time. 2 runners allowed throughout the entire game. He's pitched a good series so far. We'll see how he does stretching it into a 4th inning of work.
Interestingly enough, Vindiola is going to run for himself. No courtesy runner I guess because we have fewer than 2 outs. And they're going to go check on him over there as Cifuentes doesn't even apply the courtesy tag. First baseman Cutter Kennedy got a single to center field in his last at-bat. They'll check on him again. They actually apply the tag this time, but the field umpire says that he is back in time.
Kennedy seemed to have shown that he might be turning around to bunt and try and get that runner out to second base.
The way
So they're anticipating the bunt and run.
The way things are going, you kind of have to switch to small ball. I don't know where that one was, but apparently it wasn't in the strike zone. Ball 1.
Maybe a little bit low. Kennedy's a big kid.
This is true. And they'll check on him again, trying to keep him honest. Aside from last year's catcher for Arlington, Jeremiah Taylor, I don't know very many catchers who are known for their wheels, as this one's put in play to right field. Gamez giving chase towards the baseline, and he will lose it, but it is in foul territory. Lost his hat trying to chase after that one. He's lucky that that one fell on the right side of the white stripe, as it could have been trouble if not.
Yeah, just a long strike as it turns out. We'll go to 1-1 on the batter here. Cutter took a good cut down that right field line.
A very long strike to bring the count to 1-1 with 1 man aboard here in the bottom of the 4th. Curveball again gets sawed off, kind of jammed in more on the inside part of the bat, and it's 1-2.
Zach, do you see any inadvertent free advertising out over the left center field across the highway?
The Sports and Outdoors Complex. I wonder if they built that building after the high school ballpark or before it.
I'm wondering. It's just great product placement. The whole game for a sports and outdoor store to be advertising right over the
Every time you want to
fence.
see what the ball strike count is, what the score is on that scoreboard out there, you look directly to your right. And there it is looking at you. The 1-2. This one's in play. Gamez chasing, and the wind pushes it back in and to the right.
Yeah, the wind is affecting those balls. It's still blowing in strong.
Anything that's going to the outfield, the wind is affecting it.
Yep.
Because that one looked straightened out and was headed to that coffin corner, and it ended up about 10 feet to the right. 1-2 again. Chipped into the glove. That's a strikeout. K number 2 as Cutter K is retired. That'll bring us to the DH, Nick Soto. He grounded out to third base his last time up. If he's able to make solid contact to third base again, Arlington could end the inning with 1 pitch. Keyword there is if and could. Hanging curveball hangs too high. Axel with a quick throw down to Cifuentes. But Vindiola is back in time. Another check down over to first.
They must have some
Intel
on.
There's got to be some scouting.
Yeah, Vindiola must have some wheels over there.
Too high? Question mark. Breaking pitch doesn't break into the zone. It's 2-0. Buechel with a sigh of the shoulders as he places that one on the outside quadrant for strike 1 looking.
Maybe they learned some things from yesterday's game where there were several stolen bases, and they're going to adjust to that by trying to hold those runners closer to first.
Axel has to adjust his earpiece in order to hear the pitch call from the walkie-talkie. The runner goes. It's a hit and run, and it's going to go fouled out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I leaned over the equipment. Take one for the team.
Oh, I thought you were trying to see the screen a little bit better.
No.
Trying to give yourself some shade from the glare.
Protecting the computer keyboard.
2-2. That's in play, and it's going to be played on the hop. Cornell keeps it in front of him as he bobbles it just a little bit. But that's a base hit, and it'll put 2 runners aboard. I think the trick is going to be putting it underneath the wind, or maybe sharp grounders, something to that effect. 'Cause that's the only way that players have been able to collect base hits so far today. Curbo fouled out to Cifuentes, his last at-bat. He'll take a look at strike 1 here that pops out of the glove of Axel but stays in front of him. Play is at any infield base. You can get the force out anywhere except home right now. Oh, 1 up in the air and way behind us, out of play. And Bouchel's ahead in the count, 0-2.
Good opportunity for young Bouchel here to work out of a little bit of a jam with only 1 out in the inning and a runner in scoring position. See if he can bear down and get out of this inning.
Managing adversity. The 0-2 home. Just misses the outside quadrant. Cut a little too far away and a little bit too early.
A little bit of chirping from the Colt dugout.
You want that motion, though. You want that motion to mix up the batter in case he swings at it. It's a good pitch. Just didn't offer at it. We'll try it again, 1-2. Fastball in the air. Playable for Gannon Howard. He'll take several steps up and catch it just in front of the Kangaroo logo in center field for out number 2. So now that there's 2 outs, the courtesy runner will now come in for the catcher Vindiola so that he has time to go and put his gear back on. We'll wait for the PA announcer to give us a name. Mara, it sounds like, 22, now running at second. And now the wind swirls back to the right. Fastball high and tight for ball 1. We appreciate everyone's patience as we possibly have to navigate the windy conditions here. We've got wind screens on our mics, but who knows how effective they are right now. This one's in the air to right field. Gomez looks like he's got a bead on it, but the wind is carrying, and he's able to make the grab for the 3rd out. So the Kangaroos get a man in scoring position and collect a couple of hits, but they remain scoreless through 4 as we head to the 5th. Arlington clinging to that 1-0 advantage. This is high school baseball on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home.
Time for the 5th inning here at Kangaroo Ballpark.
Colts clinging to that 1-run lead.
Clinging is the best way to put it. Gannon Howard, top of the order, leading things off. Bustamante on deck. And he's going to take the free pass the hard way as Bryce Ward issues his second hit by pitch of the game. And I'll be honest, Pops, if you're Weatherford, Gannon Howard is not somebody you want to be aboard to lead things off. He's reached base safely all 3 times. A couple of singles and now an HBP. Bustamante has made solid contact so far today, but unfortunately they've all gone into the outfielder's gloves. Check over at first. Gannon dives in headlong and is back safely. Bunt. It's going to be tough to play, but they do.
There's no signal.
They do make the out over at first, and Gannon Howard has moved into scoring position. Was that the pitcher who retrieved it?
Yes.
That was a 1-3 sack BU. Man in scoring position with 1 out for Kernal. Ripped into the glove of the third baseman. No, did he bobble it? Doesn't matter. They'll record the out on the throw down to first. Kernal unfortunately didn't hustle up the baseline, and it gave Couch.
I think he thought it was a line drive.
I think he thought it was a line out as well. And unfortunately, it'll count as a 5-3 as the fist was thrown after Couch threw it to Kennedy. 2 away now for Cifuentes. He's got the game's only RBI, and it's proven the difference for the Colts so far. Low and away. Vindiola with a great snag to prevent an extra 90 feet for Howard. One and 0. Tapper towards the mound. Should be an underhand toss. Actually, it'll be a 1 unassisted. So the small ball doesn't quite go Arlington's way as they get a man into scoring position and leave him stranded. Very quiet inning after that leadoff hit by pitch. And we're headed to the bottom of the 5th now here on the Zap Network. Arlington still ahead by 1, and the Roos running out of innings. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday, con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to Beyond Where the West Begins. Where the West Begins is the nickname for the city of Fort Worth, and we're well past that out here in Weatherford. But it's a very nice high school campus, very well maintained, very secure. A lot of space for the fans to move around here between baseball and softball. And the weather getting a little bit better for us here as we continue to get further and further into the day. Hopefully you all are having a very nice Friday and getting ready to anticipate the weekend just as we are. Fisher Young leads things off as Bouchel comes out for another inning of work. It'll be 8-9-1 in the Weatherford lineup. Young, Wilson, and Ortega to lead things off.
Cleared the runs. Put 1 run for Arlington, please.
Oh.
To the right field, Gamez is able to record the F9 for out number 1 of Fisher Young.
At the plate for the Roos, second baseman number 32, Gunnar Wilson.
Gunnar Wilson with Billie Jean for his song. Too far inside for ball 1. Tapper off the end of the bat. Charging at it is Bustamante. He'll have to make a throw that is in time. It's a good play. Wilson with some speed down there made it closer than it probably needed to be. But it is 2 up, 2 down for the top of the order. Ortega got that hard shot down the hot corner.
That was a good play by Boosted there because that ball was scooting along the turf with no bounce to it at all. And he had to scoop it and throw it quickly. It was a good play.
That one was chipped into the glove for strike number 1 here for the top of the order, Ortega. This one's in the air, in fair territory. Gamez charging at it. And he'll make the grab. It's a 1-2-3 half inning. And just like that, we are headed to the 6th here in Weatherford. Pretty fast-paced game, but it is to Arlington's advantage as they lead by 1. We'll be back here on the Zap Network right after this. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's tournament coverage of Colt baseball.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer...
All right. Back live.
You clicked something. Go live. You're not live. You're on.
Oh.
To the top of the 6th inning we go. That was a instant replay of Corbin Quiros's home run during the game against Aledo yesterday. One of the many highlights from yesterday's tournament action. Still navigating the setup on OBS as we make our way into the 2026 season. Axel Alvarado leading off the top of the 6th as Bryce Ward comes out for another inning of work. He's got 5 strikeouts today. And so far that RBI in the first inning has been the thing that Weatherford has been unable to come back from. The Colt defense doing its job behind Brendan Bouchel so far. As Axel quickly ahead in the count, 2-0 as that fastball goes too far outside. That's a called strike on the inside. Axel thought maybe it was too close to his jersey. Still ahead in the count, 2-1 though. And that one's too high. That one's near number 5's chin, and he's got a hitter's count of 3-1 now. That one will get fouled off, and the count runs full now. Good battle between these two players. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man and catcher for today's game. And he is down on strikes. All 3 plate appearances have been strikeouts to him. Cousin A.B. Alvarado with a strikeout and a flyout in his 2 appearances, has a 1-1 count here. Curveball doesn't get the call. It's 2-1. Ripped and a little skip and a jump from Coach Brian Womack just outside of our field of vision here on the camera. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to him. Ward, that one gonna go into the concourse and maybe over the fence that's behind us here. Two and two. AB to left field. Does the wind push it? It does. Too far foul. It's a good swing there by AB, and it was the right idea. Just not quite able to straighten it out with these windy conditions here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out now to him. And that'll be ball number 3. Countdown on the scoreboard, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 3, 2, 1. And Bryce Ward loses him, issues the base on balls to AB there. And there's a runner aboard for the next man up, Joel Gomez. Gomez was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance and then flew out to center field his last time up. And it looks like Coach Jason Lee is coming out and will take the ball from his pitcher. Bryce Ward's day is done, which means we're going to have a new pitcher coming down the pipe, presented by our friends at Pipe and Peak Plumbing. We'll let you know who it is when we come back here on Zap.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Local legends, figures,
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
New pitcher on the mound for the Weatherford Roos in the form of number 26. That's Braxton Bond. Braxton Bond, like bail bonds, coming in after 5 1/3 innings of work from Bryce Ward with 6 strikeouts. But he does give up the free base to A.B. Alvarado. And there's 1 on and 1 out for Joel Gomez as he takes a look at ball 1. The 1-0 from Bond is a called strike to Gomez. Aces on the scoreboard, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Kennedy covering the first base bag. AB not exactly a stolen base threat, but this one is going to be roped into center field, and AB hustling down there to make it safely to avoid the force out. And it's going to be a single that puts 2 men aboard on the knock by Gomez. Single to center field, that'll give a plus to AB. And that will take us to Colin Murphy in the 8-hole spot. Corbin Quiros in the on-deck circle. Curveball drops into the zone for a called strike 1 to Murph. Oh, 1 way too high. Right-handed hitting. Murphy had to kind of duck out of the way there to avoid a hit by pitch to the helmet. Guess that's why you wear it. Defense playing straight away. Kennedy not covering Gomez at first. Bunt is squared up for, and he'll try to send it up first base, and it goes foul. Quiros will hold on to it in the on-deck circle up the first baseline, and Murph will have to defend the plate now with 2 strikes. Bunt option a little bit less of a possibility now. Lofting this one over the head of the shortstop. That's a base hit, and they're going to hold up everybody as the bases are full of Colts. Alvarado at third, Gomez at second, Murphy at first on the base hit to center field. And it'll take us to Corbin Quiros, who has the team's only home run in this very short season, only the 3rd game of the year. But we definitely have the best opportunity that we've had all ball game. As they face this reliever, Braxton Bond. And he delivers strike number 1. Just 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Arlington with a great chance for some insurance runs. The corner infielders playing on the lip of the grass, hoping to get a force at home if they can. And Quiros will send that just behind Gannon Howard waiting in the on-deck circle. Good swing, but it goes foul, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. And they will call strike 3 as the curveball catches Quiros looking. First strikeout for the new reliever, Braxton Bond. And it's Gannon Howard who has reached safely in all 3 plate appearances. A single to left, a single to right, and a hit by pitch have been his previous appearances. Any of those repeated would bring in a run or 2. Right up the middle, and they will get the force at second and escape the bases loaded jam. The 6 unassisted fielder's choice ends the Arlington threat. And it's still just a 1-0 ball game here on the Zap Network. We'll be right back after this.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Romney Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Romney Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Brendan Buechele coming back out for another inning of work. Sixth inning, getting ready to go to the bottom half here as Buechele comes out for another inning of work. Sharply hit off the chest of AB. Able to collect it and fire in time to Cifuentes. And that is very quickly 1 pitch, 1 out of Logan Shea. 5-3. And Jet Vindiola. Bryce Ward collected 6 strikeouts during his outing for the Kangaroos. Buechele only has 2, but his defense has been taking care of business behind him, as exemplified by that 5-3 putout by Abe Alvarado. Vindiola walked his last time up, and he's got a ball and a strike count here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-hour time limits in these tournament games. We're about an hour and a half into this ball game as Buechele delivers a ball that's a little bit too low, just below the knees of the catcher. 2 balls and a strike now as Buechele unable to find the zone again, and it's ball 3 now. Hitters count, and the hitter draws a free pass. Base on balls for Vindiola again. And that'll put a man aboard for Cutter Kennedy. Tying run is aboard, lead run to the plate in this very tightly contested ball game here on a Friday morning. They'll check over on first base there. Kennedy with a single in advance on a pass ball very early in the ball game. And that'll be strike one out of the stretch from Brendan Buechele. There does not appear to be any activity in the Arlington bullpen up that first baseline. This one's going to bounce in front of Axel Alvarado, but he's able to keep it there. No carom, no pass ball, just ball number one. Swing and a miss. Fastball blows by him for strike two. They'll check over at first base again. And again, the runner's back in time. That's a very important tying run that's aboard when it's a 1-0 ball game. This is a potential Busta unassisted. The fire to Cifuentes, and it's a 6-3 double play that ends the inning. The Arlington defense maintaining the 1-run advantage that they picked up way back in the first, and they'll take it with them all the way to the 7th inning. To the top of the 7th we go here on the Zap Network. It'll be a fun finish here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
To the 7th inning we go here in Weatherford, Texas. Fans, a reminder that the second game of this doubleheader will be played shortly after this game goes final. It's scheduled for approximately a 1:45 start, but it will possibly get moved up depending on when this game finishes. But it is a separate broadcast here on the YouTube channel, so please hit that subscribe button so that you get alerts for when the games go live. That'll tell you when Arlington games are live and when Bowie games go live. So if you're a fan of either team in Arlington ISD, hit that subscribe button so that you'll know when your team is playing. Braxton Bond back out for another inning of work after coming in relief in the previous inning. Arlington loaded the bases and had a great opportunity to collect an insurance run, but the defense was able to shut the door for Weatherford. And Danny Bustamante leads things off by looking at ball number one. He laid down a great sacrifice bunt to the pitcher in his last plate appearance. But aside from that, a relatively quiet day for the shortstop. Tried to do the reverse announcer's jinx there, see if he could hear me. He'll rip that one past Coach Womack, and it'll be a ball and a strike. Payne Cornell in the on-deck circle. Cifuentes in the hole. As this one is popped into shallow right field. Is it going to go foul? It will go foul as the right fielder Young just passed his diving attempt. And it'll be a harmless strike number 2 as Bustamante will have to trot back up the first baseline. His teammate Payne handing him his bat. And it'll be a ball and 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th to the Grayson College commit. One, 2 is now 2-2 as that one bounces into the metaphorical dirt. Just brown turf here at Kangaroo Field. Big blue Kangaroo logo out in center field. The block lettering Kangaroos behind home plate. Too far inside, almost clips him on the jersey, and the count runs full after being behind 1-2. Quality at bat here for Busta. Payoff pitch. And he works his way back to a walk. Great plate appearance for Busta as he finds his way aboard for the first time today.
That brings up left fielder Payne Kernal.
Payne Kernal, 0 for 2 on the day, walked in his very first plate appearance. But since then, a couple of ground outs to third. His last time up, it actually bounced in and out of the glove of the third baseman Couch. But he was able to recover and make the throw across the diamond anyways. Runner goes on the first pitch. It's a strike at the plate, and the throw down to second is in time because Bustamante came off the base. So that'll be the first out as Busta is caught stealing, trying to get into scoring position and collect an insurance run. But this is a danger that I remember back when I worked for the Texas Air Hogs, when you're playing on turf that you're not familiar with as strike 2 is issued. Unfamiliar turf can lead you to slide past the bag if you don't anticipate when your slide is supposed to start properly. 0-2 goes to 1-2 now to Kernal. Looks like Busta slid at the point when you're supposed to slide on dirt, which is what Arlington traditionally plays on. But the slide here takes him past the second base bag. That one's a tapper that goes foul and bounces off the very, very top of the netting here. And the count stays 1-2. Cifuentes taking his cuts on deck. Braxton Bond will step off and reset. And we'll reset with him. 1-2 again. Kernal another tapper to third base and foul. Couch lets it go to the left side of the line before retrieving it, so he doesn't have to worry about a long throw across the diamond. Kernal takes a moment to retie his laces. Might have to retie my own and try to make my feet feel a little bit tighter and a little bit warmer as this breeze has not relented. This one's in play. Second hop across and in time for out number 2. The third consecutive 5-3 put out at the expense of Payne Kernal. He's making consistent contact that's consistently going to the same place. And so far, his opponent has been consistently making the play. Noah Cifuentes has a double and a single, both of them to left field, as he looks at ball number 1 here. That double that he had in the first inning was able to score Gannon Howard. And that is the game's only run. A single back in the first. Check swing, it'll go off of his wrist and go foul towards the dugout. Arlington occupying first base will likely occupy it again as Chisholm Trail in their purple jerseys taking some warm-up cuts behind the third base dugout right now. Hard hit, but goes foul by Cifuentes, and he has a 1-ball, 2-strike count with nobody aboard. If he should find a way aboard, Axel Alvarado is on deck. One, two. Right into the glove of the third baseman, and L5, where Couch didn't even have to get off his couch. And the inning is over. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Can Arlington cling to the 1-run lead they've held on to since the first inning? We'll find out when we come back here on the Zap Network.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Brendan Buechele coming back out for the potential of a complete game shutout. He's got a couple of strikeouts and a lot of flyouts. An F9, an F03, an F8, an F6, an F9, F8, F9, F7. Some stellar defense behind him, and they need to hold on for another 3 outs in order to collect their first win of the 2026 season. Fans, a reminder to stay tuned for an abbreviated version of the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing at the conclusion of this game. We've been quietly, subtly recapping over the course of the game, so we won't have a whole lot to recap when it goes final. But we also have to get ready for game number 2, which is scheduled to start less than an hour from now. And it'll be a separate broadcast here on the Zap Network, so this game and this stream will finish, and then a new stream will start for game number 2. First pitch swinging, and that one's headed for deep right field. Gomez able to track it down for out number 1. And Nick Soto is retired on a long F9. That'll be left fielder Brooks Kerbo digging in now with 1 away in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that'll be ball number 1 to him here. That one's a sharply hit foul down the third base line. And that'll even up Kerbo's count at 1 apiece. Someone from the Weatherford dugout trotting out to get that loose ball that's about 310 feet away from where we're at. And that one's another rope, and that one's fair down the third base line, right near the player who had to go and retrieve it. And all of a sudden, Kerbo trots into second base with a sharply hit double down the left field line, and the tying run is in scoring position in the bottom of the 7th. And Buechele had a very short leash, as this isn't even a pitching coach opportunity. This is Coach Womack. He went 6 1/3 but we're going to have to bring in a new pitcher that's coming down the pipe, presented by our friends at Pipe and Peak Plumbing. We'll let you know who it is when we come back.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0393 or email orders@locallegendsfigures.com. Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, Zap can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 817-319-2402 to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your task with Zach Arnold Productions. PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org. Pitching changes presented by Pipe and Peak, serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. New pitcher for the Colts coming in from right field, number 14, Joel Gomez. Gomez coming in from right field and taking over that right field spot is number 21, Dominic Trillo. Trillo coming into right field for the Colts, as Arlington looks to collect the final 2 outs of this ball game and get their first win of the season. Trillo with a save opportunity and a bit of a jam with a man in scoring position here. Number 24, Brooks Kerbo, represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 7th. And the third baseman, Luke Couch, represents the winning run as we head into some late game dramatics here in the 7th. Brendan Bouchel went 6 1/3, giving up just 4 hits with 2 strikeouts, but that 4th hit proved to be the end of his leash, as ball 1 is issued here to Couch, who flew out to short and flew out to right in his previous 2 at-bats. Gomez can't get the off-speeder to drop in, and it's ball 2. Ump wanted to, but he shakes his head no. Gomez dribbles it off of the mound, has to go pick it back up. No harm done. This one's lofted in the air, foul territory. Cifuentes giving chase. Can he have enough room? No, as he bounces off of the chain link fence.
Pitching for the Colts, number 14, Joel Gomez.
Should be 2 balls and a strike now. We'll see if the umpire corrects the way the scoreboard looks out in left field. He does clarify 2-1 after a question from Coach Lee of Weatherford. Sometimes the Zap ball and strike count is better than the one at the ballpark. The 2-1, and that one he gets. Off speeder comes in, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Kerbo, the tying run at second. Pitch call comes into Gomez. And he hits him on the left shoulder. No, they're going to say that he leaned into it. Coach Lee is going to request clarification that he turned into the pitch in order to collect the hit by pitch. But it looks like Couch is going to be permitted to stay in the at-bat. Now Coach Womack asking for clarification. And they're going to give him ball number 3 on that. As we get a countdown on the scoreboard, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. There's some confusion about if he leans into it like that, should that not be a strike? And if that is, then should that be strike 3 to him? I think that's what Coach Womack is asking. Is that supposed to be a ball? Or if he leans into that, is that a strike? No appeal is going to be permitted to the field umpire. And it's a full count here to Luke Couch. And it doesn't even matter as Gomez went too far inside again. And this one's a true hit by pitch. And now the winning run is aboard for the Kangaroos here, with a pinch hitter coming up to the plate in Landon Carlisle. Number 3, Landon Carlisle coming in.
Landon Carlisle.
2 aboard, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Gomez looking for the save. Righty versus righty as the defensive alignment shifts in the outfield. Swing and a miss on the off speeder. Carlisle can't connect. It's 0-1. Weatherford making Arlington earn it here in this bottom of the 7th. As they have 2 on and 1 out. Next pitch, lofted. Right center field. The new right fielder, Trillo, calling for it. And he'll make the grab for out number 2, and the runner cannot tag. That is out number 2 at the expense of Carlisle. And it'll be up to a potential other pinch hitter. This is another new player in the form of 22, Braden Lara. Braden Lara represents the final out. Looks like a pinch runner will come into first base. Gomez 1 out away. And that is strike number 1 to Lara at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. Tapper fell, and Weatherford's down to their final strike of the ball game. Oh, and 2 the count now. 2 men aboard. Gomez needs just 1 more pitch to go his way. And exactly is what he gets as Lara can't connect. Gomez gets the save, and the Colts get the win. Their first one of the 2026 season, and it comes in dramatic fashion as they beat Weatherford 1-0 here on this Friday morning, early afternoon. We'll let that immediately take us into the postgame show presented by John Wade Roofing as Pops hops back on the headset for just a moment. You've been helping our intern Cameron learn some of the ropes of the production behind the scenes for the last couple of innings, but Pops, what an impressive display by the Colt pitching staff and the Colt defense to get win number 1.
It was a fun ball game. It was a tight ball game. I mean, with a 1-0 win, and they had a couple of chances with some runners on base, but couldn't bang them across. But the pitching, the defense kept them in the ball game today. And you know what else? The other factor it took today was Pops coming out and watching them play.
That's what it was. It was the Pops good luck charm that amounted to a win number 1 as Buechele collects the win, Gomez collects the save, and the 1 RBI by Cifuentes.
Shaking the hand of the Pop of the winning pitcher, Mr. Buechele, as he walks by.
Brendan Buechele gets the first win of the season for Arlington as they win a tight one, 1-0. A reminder, fans, that John Wade Roofing has been part of the Arlington community for over 40 years. He started as a football player for Arlington High back in '76, winning the MVP award. Then he also played for TCU and UTA, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After playing briefly for the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy that the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Thank you all so much for tuning in to broadcast number 1 of the day. The doubleheader against the Chisholm Trail Rangers is coming up in just a little while. But for now, Arlington gets to celebrate win number 1 of the year, 1-0 in a tightly contested game against the future District 3-6A opponent, Weatherford. We hope that you all enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope that you'll join us for game number 2 in just a little while. But we've got to go get lineups and get ready for that game. So we're going to sign off for now and be back in just a little while. For Cameron and Pops, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for tuning in, and we'll see you in a little while for game 2. Have a great day.